Dave, the raw food truck driver.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Dude, what's going on, bro?
Hey man, it's really great to see you, Dan. I love you,
Man, you are metamorphosizing, dude.
man.
Can you can you tell me, well, first I'll share with everyone
Okay.
because dude, like about a week ago you were at my house and we
Yep.
made a juicing recipe video which has now been posted and everyone saw that. Dave was not feeling well at all. And I think it had been what, like a couple of weeks since you'd had a colonic?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you were in pretty bad shape when you were came out to visit.
Yeah, I was definitely hurting.
And anyways, I guess you went in Wednesday, so a few days later you went in for a colonic.
That's correct. 3 days
And
later, yeah.
then when I saw Dave a few days later,
Yep.
the dude had totally metamorphosized. I mean, he was in bad shape. And then when I seen him again, check this guy out, man. His whole face literally changed from a colonic.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, that day that you said that, it was just utterly amazing. Just the comments that I had. I've had over 30 comments that week after I had gotten that colonic about, wow, I look incredibly healthy. My skin looks tighter. The skin around my neck, my arms, my face. Everybody was, and these are people that know me. These are the raw fooders at Chaco Canyon, at Thrive, the different raw food people that I hang out with up here in God's country, everybody, Washington State. Y'all got to come on up and visit us. We got the last area of wilderness in the continental United States right here in Washington. Yeah. I love living in a rainforest.
Dave, so I want to tell these guys
Yeah.
that it was amazing. The difference that I noticed was in your face, but you also went down. You were detoxing, and then you got the colonic. You went down a couple belt notches.
Yeah, I did. I dropped an inch and a half easily.
So for the people that are dogmatic about the unnaturalness of colonics, we're just going to have to say that in our experiential experience, our subjective conclusions are that at times in the juice feasting process that colonics are beneficial.
At times, I think that they're incredibly important, and everyone that I'm talking to about juice feasting, I encourage them to look into it and do it at least every 7 to 10 days. Earlier on, once I started getting them, early on, I started actually having them a little bit more often than that. But yeah, in the actual juice feasting phase of this, yeah, 7 to 10 days, absolutely. And you know, I had someone come up and say to me that colonics made no sense and it takes all your good bacteria out with your bad bacteria. And I said, yeah, well, I drink 2 kombuchas, bottles of kombucha right after I have a colonic, and then I drink 4 to 6 every week. And then also the other thing they said, well, it's unnatural. And I said, well, it's about as unnatural as you going to the dentist and getting your teeth cleaned or having a tooth fixed. You know, I mean, come on.
And that shut him up.
Yeah, actually, he did say that I had a valid point, because how unnatural is it to take a brush, put something on there, whether it's toothpaste or water or something else, can be natural and unnatural, and then scrub down your teeth and your gums. That's not something that's normal and natural. Man didn't start out doing that, but it certainly helps our dental hygiene.
Cool, man. That's a good point. So let's talk about the major threshold that has been transcended. Dave, you've lost over 200 pounds officially.
Yep, finally, yes, absolutely. I weighed in today. 203 pounds is what I have lost thus far.
On a juice feasting and raw foods diet. Well,
Yep.
this is just quackery. This
Yeah.
is just insane. Vegetables and fruits and their juices. I just don't believe it. No way.
Yeah.
Where's the pills? Get the pills out.
Yeah.
Get the knives out.
That was me a year and a half ago.
Well, now you're just, I mean, isn't it the beauty of it just so damn simple?
Yeah, I think that is the beauty of it. It's simple. I gotta just tell you, man, once you get into it, I call it living on the life force. It's just an incredible thing, this life force that I've been experiencing. Reconnecting with people. Yeah, it's just
18
life
months ago,
force.
you were dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now you feel better than you felt in a long, long time.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, in about a month from now, a friend of mine named Ray, a truck driver that saw me when I had first started juicing, and he hadn't seen me for the entire year and a half I've been doing this. I walked up and said, "Ray, how's it going?" And he looked at me, and he looked at me puzzled. I said, "Ray, how's it going?" And he looked straight at me, and it wasn't registering with him that it was me. I said, "Ray, it's me, Dave." And he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it. Where did you go?" And so I explained to him, and he goes, "Man, I got to tell you something." He said, "I saw you at the pilot at Rice Hill, Oregon, exit 148 on the I-5, just about a year and a half ago. It must have been about the time you started this, a little less than a year and a half ago." I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, my student hopped in my truck with me and said, I don't think that guy's going to live through the week. And then I turned my truck around, parked it at the pilot, and came over to you, and I said, Dave, I came back to your truck and I said to you, you need to get in an ambulance and go to hospital right now." And you said, "No, I'm going to make it back up to Washington State and then go see a doctor." And I had forgotten all about that. I had forgotten all about that. So he'll be on the YouTube in the next month or so, and he'll be sharing a little bit about that experience. But he and his student honestly thought that I was not going to live throughout the week that they saw me, and that was day 2 of when I started juicing.
So, I mean, you basically kind of, in a way, owe your life to just fruits and vegetables?
No, I would say I owe my life to fruits, vegetables, nuts, um, and everything that comes through natural, organic things that grow up from the earth that we can eat. I got to be honest with you guys, and people have been asking me this, and I haven't come out and said it, but I'm going to come out and say it. All these radical changes that started happening in my life happened when I took out all the animal products. Dave and Udit, again, Dave and Udit Whiting, man, just take out animal products, take out animal products. I was like, what are you talking about? That's insane. But it's not insane. And when you start taking the animal products, I'm talking meat, cheese, dairy, believe me, I just went through a thing and lost a publisher because they wanted me to put healthy meat in my book. And I just told them I wasn't going to do it. They said, "We're not going to publish it then." I said, "No problem, we're done here." You know, um, their idea of healthy meat was fish. Well, the FDA came out 2 years ago or 3 years ago and said that there's mercury in all fish, freshwater fish as well as saltwater fish. Mercury is one of the hardest chemicals we got to detox out of our metals to detox out of our bodies. Then on top of that, they were saying, well, when I told the president of the company this, I said, he said, "Well, fine, you do chicken. What about chicken breast?" I said, "Dude," I said, "for starters, the reason why a chicken breast is white, because there is no natural white meat found on any poultry anywhere on the face of the earth. Any hunter knows this, and I used to be a hunter. But you go out hunting turkey, you go out hunting duck, you go out, I don't care what it is. You catch it in the wild, it's all dark meat. Why? Because they use their muscles. Okay? So that the flesh of that animal, the muscle of that animal is not white. So I see that and everybody says, "Oh, it has less fat, so it's healthier for you." I see that now and I say, no, that's not natural. That's not found in nature. Something's not right with this white meat. I don't care what everybody's saying about it. I can tell you that if it's not found in nature naturally, something's not quite right with it. And that's just where I'm at with all this. I'm not trying to be a fundamentalist. Again, I'm not a purist in anything. I tell everybody I'm 99% raw, 99% vegan, 99% organic, and that's just where I'm at, because I know if I tell them I'm 100%, I'm going to go eat a friggin' steak and fall flat on my face. So, it is what it is.
Cool, man. Dave, you've inspired many people, and you will inspire many more.
Thank
So,
you, Dan.
yeah, well, you keep up the good work, Dave.
Hey, you and me, bro, everybody else out there that is just going out there and experiencing, living on the life force, living on the raw, raw foods, man.
Well, we got about a minute. What would you say to people real quick that are teeter-tottering on this, trying to get some direction? What would you say real quick? I mean, what
Uh,
really, really worked for you, Dave?
I would say to them what David and Udit Whiting said to me. They're the people that introduced this to me. They were students of mine, got in my truck, and they saved my life. I credit them along with the people at Tree of Life and raw food restaurants. I would say to them, try the raw food, go through it. You're going to hear so many different things. It's what's right, what's wrong. You'll hear somebody who's got 20 years experience on me telling you stay away from colonics. I guarantee it. I don't care. I'm just going to tell you my experience. But find out what works for you. Pick and choose. Your body will start to tell you what works for you, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it in the life force.
Right on, Dave. Check it out. 203 pounds lost
In
on
a
the
year and a
raw
half.
food diet on the year and a half.
Yeah.
Go raw.